He's got some experience under his belt. Nice.
Ooh, both
nice
coming out.
Push kick at first.
Yeah, both guys opened up with kicks right away.
Ooh, nice outside leg kick by Gubody.
Another one.
Lots of kicks coming out first. This oblique kick by Mixson. Just exchange.
Oh, a slip. He's coming up.
Kind of overcorrected on that.
Looking for a Dars, but doesn't quite have it there.
Mixson doing a good job of countering, going to this out the side.
He's got that single leg. We'll see if he chooses to continue on that, or if he thought he was going to bail, but he continues.
Looks like he's using it to kind of try and get him off balance. Ooh, that looked kind of a low blow.
Yeah, it was.
He felt that later. That was a slow reaction.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. I don't know the science, but
yeah, it looked like he was gonna keep going, but then he's like, "Oh, I felt that."
Yeah.
So the ref giving him some time to recover.
Yeah, and also serves as a moment for both fighters to take a little bit of a mental reset. Think about what has been going on in the fight and what they would like to go on now that they have a little more information on each other.
Absolutely. You learn a lot fast. Sometimes you don't need to take forever to fill them out. You already know kind of how they are right off the bat.
Well, and he learned he likes kicking. He's going to keep doing it.
It's a double outside leg kick to an inside leg kick.
That was a big shot thrown on entry. Back against the cage. Turns the corner.
Mixson's got an over-under hook. He's trying to go for something, but got his leg caught.
Yeah, he went for that trip, but able to pummel out. And we're back to just over-under, back to the cage. Ooh, big shot. That
didn't feel good. You can tell that hurt.
It definitely seemed like it. Oh, my goodness. It folded him over for a moment. He's back moving.
That was a great combination, followed by a head kick, but from Mixson, that was a really good combination. He wants to keep that up.
That has to be the most significant of the moment of the fight so far.
Yeah.
Another left.
That was a nice left lead hook by Mixson.
You wonder how these kicks are going to affect the fight down the line, assuming we go into a second and third round.
Johnathan's doing a really good job countering too, though. Even though he gets hit, he comes right back with some combinations. He's doing a right-left hook with a push kick or outside leg kick. That's pretty hard. Now he's got the right leg trapped, or is trying to anyway.
Yeah, second time he's done that. Once he gets the fight up against the cage, he tries to go for a little bit of an outside trip there. So far, it's been countered well.
Yeah.
Another one.
I think this is a pretty good, equally matched matchup.
Yep. Uses that outside trip to get into a single leg, goes back to it again, really just trying to lift the leg from there. Good balance, and goes all the way back and through. He's building right back up. 10 seconds left in the round.
A nice. Are they going to count that as a takedown? Because he's right back up to his knees. I don't know.
In my mind, that's a takedown for sure.
Okay. That was very interesting first round and very competitive. I feel like that's like one of the, I know most of these ones are ending in the first round, but that was the first competitive round that I've seen tonight. I think so far we're looking at our most competitive matchup.
We saw an awful lot of kicks from Johnathan, and they were landing consistently. We saw good moments grappling. We saw him reverse from his back against the cage and be able to switch that up. But Austin really probably had the biggest shots of that round. I don't know. If I was a judge, I think it was even enough that big moment where he lands a head kick, that's probably going to win him the round in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of blood coming from Gubody's nose, but it don't look to be phasing him too much. He's ready to go. Both fighters are up and ready, bouncing around still. Don't look like they're gassed out quite yet. No, not gassed out, but they are woken up. They both they both felt their first shots of the night. Yeah. Johnathan starting out again with the lead leg outside kick.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I wonder how Austin is going to choose to counter those kicks now that he knows that those are coming. And it looks like he is choosing to counter by planting his feet and trying to throw strikes.
Yeah, which is like once you see how they're throwing those, yeah, you definitely want to go into them. And the person throwing the kicks wants to be careful they don't get one right down the pipe.
Good takedown by Johnathan.
Yep.
Chooses to go to his knees to try to build up. We'll see if Johnathan can get to the back. Kind of using the cage to keep him away from it there to make it a little more difficult.
Austin's definitely going to want to use the cage to try and get back up here.
One hook. He got dangerously close to getting pulled away from the cage there and getting his back completely exposed.
If Austin could back up so he can't get his other leg, his other hook in there, that'll help him out tremendously. But yeah, he's going to want a hand fight here and try to escape.
And Austin is doing a good job controlling wrists, keeping his back to the cage. He's building a little bit of height. Hasn't quite been able to get as high as he needs to. But I think he's doing the right things.
Yes, he is.
Wow, good job by Johnathan to still slip around the corner. He's got that second hook in now, belly down, chooses to throw strikes to soften him up.
Yeah. He's going to want a hand fight now so he doesn't get his neck. His neck's the biggest thing, but he's going to want to pick a side and try to work on his escape.
Palm to palm looks pretty tight. Angle's slightly off, but he might be able to convert this.
Oh, man.
Goes all the way.
That's pretty tight.
It's kind of on the
yeah, it's kind of on the side, so
man,
you might be able to.
But it is close, and he's pulling him back into the angle to the best of his ability. Great toughness by Austin to survive that, but he's still in trouble.
Yeah, Jonathan's doing a good job staying on his back and backpacking him.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a good place for Austin to be.
Someone who is not a good grappler would have lost the back as they lost the choke in that.
Yeah, they would have ended up on the bottom.
And he would, oh, that might be it. That is tight.
Yeah, that's so tight. Man, Austin's hanging in there, though. You want to definitely try and fight those hands.
He gave it up to throw some more strikes.
Yep.
I don't have the best angle on it, but I saw the arm all the way locked in and the body triangle on. And
I wonder if his arms are gassed. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot of squeezing.
A lot.
But Austin's going to have to find a way to get him off the back at some point.
Yeah, he's definitely got to try and get his back to the mat or something.
10-second timer.
Oh. He's kind of up high. If he can get his butt high and kind of buck him off.
Time. So clearly around for Johnathan.
Yeah.
But
Austin's tough. He hung in there, but now he's got to try and figure out what he's going to do this round because he lost that round.
But it could very well be a 1-to-1 match right now.
I'm not really sure who won that first one.
Right. My very unofficial scorecard, I gave it to Austin based on a big sequence. But Johnathan had a lot of good moments in that round as well. So that's why I said it could be 1-to-1. But really, Austin probably needs to be fighting like he's down if he wants to guarantee himself a win.
It's a little too close for comfort. So he definitely wants to be the aggressor and just look for a finish.
You got to wonder if Johnathan is going to try to push that grappling edge that he felt in that last round.
Yeah. He's going to be able to keep that pace.
Yeah, you come from a Pine Jiu-Jitsu, right? Jiu-Jitsu's in the title. You know there's a little bit of pride in like being able to grapple, and when you see that is also likely a route to victory, you have to think that's in the strategy.
Yeah.
Right away. Stuffed. He's still in on that leg, though. Good job committing to that shot. Might get his back taken for it, though.
Oh, man. Now that's what he was looking for. He doesn't want to get
through.
He wants to stay on top this whole round because this is where he's going to have his best bet is trying to finish and just keep his positioning.
Yeah, you can see the redness on the leg of Austin as well here.
Yeah.
Good pass into half guard, able to get a little heavier from there. You see a half butterfly hook in the hip for Johnathan, trying to elevate a little bit, and he's able to make some space, but gives it back.
Yeah, even though he's in top position, I know he's having to defend against because Johnathan is very active on the bottom, but he's
fighting a far side Kimura.
Yeah.
Gives it up. Never mind. He had it for just a moment.
He's going to want to posture up here and really be really aggressive on top. Even though he's on top, he's got to be aggressive.
I might even consider, tries a triangle but gets thrown by. I might even consider just allowing this to be a stand-up fight, as you've seen a little bit of the edge there. And right as I say that, Johnathan's able to turn that bottom position into a dominant position via sweep.
Yeah, you really want to have those hips be heavy because getting sweeps, Johnathan's no slouch on the ground, so you mess up, he's going to make you pay for it.
And hey, short round here. Austin has spent some time on top, and you got to think that Johnathan is going to be trying to really press his options this last minute or two of the fight.
He was really good at getting those hooks in and taking the back and backpacking. But he's kind of falling off right here.
Little high. Oh, goes for the leg.
Yeah, he's smart doing that.
Breaks him down. Let's see if he's able to scoot his hips back just a little bit, or if Austin's able to shake him off to the side. And it looks like he gets shaken off. Good reaction by Austin, and good job coming up top.
Smart getting back
right
on top.
into a triangle look.
Yeah, this is not.
Oh, it's over both arms.
Oh, man.
It's over both arms.
Oh, yeah.
But still dangerous. Gives it up.
He's going to want to be careful. I'd like to see him posture up a little bit in those situations. Posture up, throw some hammer fists, throw some or I guess you can't throw elbows.
Yeah, very close fight though, and you get the feeling that anything that happens in these last few exchanges could be the difference. Like a big strike from top there.
Yeah, so he's starting to strike a little bit, which is good. He just needs to throw more. It's hard when the other person's grabbing for your arms though.
10 seconds left.
Ooh, that was a nice connection right there.
Yep.
And just wants to not get armbarred or something right here.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. We'll see how the judges score it.
That was a competitive fight. It's the only decision tonight, but you know what? Sometimes there was an active, fun decision, so it wasn't boring by any means. There were some great grappling exchanges. Yeah, a lot of grappling. Johnathan clearly won round 2. That's the clearest round. Yeah. But Austin, in my opinion, I think edged out both round 1 and 3. Yeah, he might have done that. There was a moment when he got swept in round 3 where I was like, well, if he spends this round on bottom the rest of the time, then he's likely losing the round in the fight. But he gets back on top and landed a couple of good shots. Yeah, I still, in my opinion, I think he won that round just because he was able to get on top and not have his back taken as much as he did in the second round. Yeah, and so I think to me what it comes down to is how are you judging all the leg kicks that were landing in round 1? Is that more significant than a few big strikes? Yeah. Because Johnathan, I think, landed more strikes, but I think Austin landed a couple of harder strikes in round 1. Right. So it's really kind of like your judging philosophy that's going to go into that. Right. And then round 3, I think maybe you can make an argument for Johnathan. The more I think about it, the more I feel like that getting back on top by Austin as well as landing strikes there kind of sealed him that round 3. Yeah. So might really come down to how the judges see round 1. Great fight, that was an interesting one. I'm glad I'm not a judge when it comes to really close decisions. Yeah. I think more 10-10 should be awarded. I know. You don't really see it that much. But when it's really honestly, that's what it is. I don't feel like we should just make up stuff, and I feel like sometimes that's what people do. Oh, man. All right. I didn't quite see it that way, but, like I said, I'm not a judge. Yeah. So you never know. That's why I'm saying maybe I had a little Warrior Camp bias. Who knows? Know. Yeah. I definitely. I'd have to watch that first round again. Yeah. Because I don't want to be biased. Because I give it to Johnathan. He had great grappling, and he did a good job staying on the back. And and not getting bucked off and keeping his positioning.
And realistically, the most dominant round in the fight was that round 2 where he just took over.
But
so.
I think that Austin had edged out the 3rd round, but I need to watch that 1st round again because that was a really close one.